Most men sentenced to death never get a second chance at life, but in 1885, John Babbacombe Lee defied the odds in the most bizarre way possible. He was a convicted murderer, a condemned man standing on the gallows with the noose around his neck. But no matter how many times the executioner pulled the lever, the trapdoor refused to open. In 1884, in the quiet seaside town of Babbacombe, England, an elderly woman named Emma Keyes was found brutally murdered in her home. Her throat had been slashed and the house was set on fire in an apparent attempt to destroy the evidence. Suspicion quickly fell on her servant, John Lee, a 20-year-old with a criminal past. He had previously been caught stealing and had served time for petty crimes. The case against him was circumstantial. There were no witnesses, no direct evidence linking him to the murder. But in Victorian England, that hardly mattered. Lee maintained his innocence, but after a brief trial, he was convicted and sentenced to hang. On 23rd of February 1885, at Exeter Prison, John Lee was led to the gallows. The executioner, James Berry, placed the noose around his neck, double-checked the mechanism and pulled the lever. But nothing happened. The trapdoor refused to open. Confused, Berry and the prison officials checked the mechanism. It had worked perfectly in tests just moments before. They reset it and tried again. Lee stood there, waiting. Again, the trapdoor failed. A third attempt, same result. The execution had now failed 3 times in a row. The officials, unsure what to do, finally called off the hanging. The failed execution caused an immediate scandal. The government launched an investigation and it was discovered that the gallows mechanism had been misaligned during its last relocation, causing the hinges to jam under Lee's weight. Rather than attempt a fourth hanging, the British Home Secretary commuted Lee's sentence to life in prison. Lee ended up spending 22 years behind bars, finally being released in 1907. After his release, Lee disappeared into history. Some say he moved to America and lived under a new name. Others claim he died in poverty, forever haunted by the crime he may or may not have committed.